Satnam and welcome. I'm Barnum Dave, and this is Yogic Living. As you can see, we're up on the mountain today. A bunch of greenery around. It's been raining. Everything's nice and green now. So, let's get started on today's episode. So what I'm going to teach you today is techniques to help you astral project. Alright, so the first thing we do in any Kundalini yoga class is we tune in. And we're going to tune in with the Adi mantra. And what that does is to help us put on a higher vibrational frequency to align us with God or our higher self or the universe. There really is no religion tied into Kundalini yoga. And so it's just, but a lot of people may think it's what religions are built upon. So we're going to tune in with the Adi mantra, Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. And when we say Ong, we want to make sure our tongue hits our upper palate of our mouth. And we want to vibrate this region right here, which is our third eye. And it'll help us to get us in tune, get us off that normal frequency, and help us to align with our higher purposes. So let's rub our palms together a little bit, get a little prana, a little chi in there. We're going to put them in the center of our chest. We're going to close down our eyes and focus at our 1/3 eye. And let's take a big deep inhale. Grab any tension, worries, fear, stress, and let it go with your breath. Once again, take a big deep inhale. Grab anything that doesn't serve you and let it go. Last chance. Inhale, suspend the breath, and release. Now take a big deep inhale and begin with me. And we're going to chant this mantra 3 times. Om Namo Inhale, suspend the breath. Feel that connection to God, the universe, your higher self, to the golden chain of teachers. Exhale. Inhale once again, suspend the breath. Feel the connection. Exhale. Last chance. Inhale, suspend the breath. And exhale. Now go ahead and hold the same position. And we're going to tune in a little further with the Mangalacharana mantra. And what this does is it helps to bring a little bit more protection into our practice. And it's also a good one to chant before you start your vehicle. And so that one is Adgare Namah, Jugadgare Namah, Sadgare Namah, Sri Gurudeve Namah. And again, we're going to be chanting this 3 times. go ahead and inhale and begin with me. Adgane Namah, Jugadgane Namah, Sadgane Namah, Siddhi Gurudeve Namah. Adgane Namah, Jugadgane Namah, Sadgane Namah, Siddhi Gurudeve Namah. Adgane Namah, Jugadgane Namah, Sadgane Namah, Siddhi Gurudeve Namah. Inhale, suspend the breath. Feel the protection wrapping around you like a warm blanket. Exhale. Inhale once again, feel the protection. Exhale. Last chance. Inhale, suspend the breath. And exhale. Well, we just got done tuning in with the Adi mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo, and the Mangala Charn mantra, Adgane Namah, Jugadgane Namah, Sadgane Namah, Siddhi Gurudev Namah. And what the first mantra does is, of course, it brings us to our higher frequency. It allows us to connect with the golden chain of teachers for protection, for guidance. So if we're doing anything wrong, because we are working with our energy bodies, that this tuning into that mantra will help correct any imbalances there may be from doing the exercises wrong or anything like that. And the Mangala Charm mantra simply brings a little bit more protection into our practice. And so now what we're going to do is some warm-ups to help align our body and get some of the kinks worked out, help us to work up this energy, and so we can use that later in our practice. So first of all, this is one of my favorites that I've been doing every day for a little while now, and it's called Life Nerve Stretch. And what this does is it helps to open up that sciatica nerve, what we call in the West the sciatica nerve, that runs along our legs. And yogis has found, like, if you keep this nerve stretched out, it'll help you to live longer and stay healthier to avoid illnesses. And so it's a very good one to do. And especially as a male, you want to keep your lower spine stretched out to help keep you healthy and young and flexible. So I'm going to turn on my handy dandy timer app here, and then we will continue. So what we want to do is we want to make sure our legs are absolutely straight. We want to make sure our knees are locked in, straight on the floor, and our back is straight, and our neck is straight. We don't want to curve any of those because that'll deter your progress. Although it may seem like you can go down further if you bend your back. I'm like, oh yeah, I can almost touch my nose to my knees. Well, but it's not really stretching out that area of your spine. And so that's what we want to stretch out. So we want to make sure that you're straight. So we're going to reach down and grab what we can. Now I can grab my toes, but if you're not that flexible, don't sweat it. Our motto in Kundalini Yoga is, do what you can do and let God do the rest. And so we're going to do what we can do. I can touch my toes. If you can only touch your knees, that's fine. That's all you can do. Well, I'm going to touch my toes, and then I'm going to begin a breath of fire. Now, if you're pregnant or on your moon cycle, do not do breath of fire, just breathe long and deep. But if not, what breath of fire is an equal inhale, equal exhale just using the stomach. You're using it like a billows. So as you're bringing it out, you're going to take in the air. And as you're pushing it in, you're going to push out the air. And it's a very rapid breath. Ideally, you're going to be doing it 2 to 3 times per second. Now, if you can't do it that fast, that's all right. Again, do what you could do, let God do the rest. But that's the ideal. But, work up to it. I've been doing this a while, so I'm able to do it, 2 to 3 times a second. Whereas you may not be able to. That's all right. We'll work out at our own level. But let's go ahead without further ado and grab your toes and begin a breath of fire if you can. Inhale, suspend the breath. And exhale, relax the posture. Well, we just got done doing life nerve stretch. And again, what that does is it helps to open up our life channels. It opens up the first chakra, helps to balance that. It makes you more healthier, helps you to live longer. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go into what's called butterflies. So we're going to put our feet together. And you may, if you're wearing pants like I am, or if you're wearing jeans like I am, that aren't too flexible, you may have to adjust them a little bit so you don't rip your pants. Because I know I don't want to hold my pants, so, and I'm sure you guys probably don't either. So, what we're going to do is put our feet together, and then we're going to just flap our knees up and down, kind of like we're a butterfly. That's why we call it butterfly pose. And we're going to be doing a rapid breath with it. And it's similar. It's very similar to a breath of fire. And again, if you're on your moon cycle or you're pregnant, do not do breath of fire. You can just breathe long and deep. But otherwise, let's do this butterfly exercise to help open up our hips and work on our second chakra. Inhale, suspend the breath. Try to put the knees to the ground. Exhale, relax the chest chin. Go again. Inhale, try to bring the knees to the ground. Exhale, relax the tension. Last time. Inhale. And exhale, relax the posture. So that was butterflies. Again, what that does is it helps to open up the hip area and it works on the second chakra. So now we're going to work on the rest of our chakras as well as align our spine with an exercise called cat-cow. So now we're going to come up to our hands and knees, and our toes can be touching. And so what we're going to do is we're going to, make sure that your hands are under your shoulders, your knees are about hip length apart, and fingers are spread out wide to give yourself a good base. And you're going to inhale, and you're going to arch your neck back, and you're going to pull your stomach down towards the ground. And exhale, we're going to arch our back up like a scared cat and bring our chin down to our chest, like so. Inhale and exhale. Inhale in the cow, exhale in the cat. And let's continue this exercise that works on your whole spine. Inhale, up into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. And again, exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. And now, go ahead and bring her forward to the ground. Put your arms beside you, palms facing up. This is called baby's pose. And we're just going to relax in here for about a minute. Inhale. And exhale. Push yourself back up into a seated position. Well, we just got done doing an exercise called cat-cow, which helps us to align our whole spine. But not only that, it aligns all your chakras and all your bodies, not just your physical one. Yes, we have 10 bodies, and that exercise helps to align them all. Then, after we did cat-cow, we went into baby's pose. And that's especially a good exercise or good position to be in after you do cat-cow. Helps to bring all that spinal fluid to the top of your head. Helps to work on your third eye. Also, if you can get comfortable enough to sleep in that position, sleeping in that position for only 10 minutes is equal to sleeping on 8 hours normally. Alright, so what we're going to do now is do a little physical exercise to help us to again awaken that energy. Helps us to align our spine, get all our chakras in balance, so that way when we do everything, this all combines to add to the effect of the whole. So we're going to come up to our knees. We're going to sit on our heels. Now, if this position isn't comfortable for you, feel free to get a pillow or anything, to kind of adjust. Kundalini yoga is not about torturing yourself. It is about doing what you can do. And this is the ideal. Now, if you can't get into this position, and you can only, sit like we could sit normally, like, in cross-legged, or, or even in lotus pose. If you're comfortable enough to get in that, some people aren't. It took me a while before I could sit in lotus pose. It surprises me when people come up to me and ask me, because they see me sitting in lotus pose. Oh, you grew up sitting in that position. I'm like, no. I do. It was very uncomfortable for me to sit like this initially. But with practice, with time, you can open your body up and you can sit in these postures. But for this position, we're going to sit on our heels. And we're going to be doing what's called Sat Kriya. So, if you occupy a male car, your right thumb is going to be over your left thumb, and your other fingers are going to be in this position. So your index is going to be pointed out. Your other fingers are going to be wrapped around each other. But if you're in a female car, you're going to reverse the thumbs. Everything else is going to be the same. That's just the way the energy travels. So, what we're going to do is we're going to stretch our arms up. And if you have a chakra on your head, like I do, you're going to take your chakra off, because otherwise your arms are not going to be in the right position, because you want to hug the ears. We're going to stretch this up. And I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit because you can't see what I'm doing. Alright, now that I've got the camera adjusted, what we're going to do is we're going to stretch our arms up. We want to make sure we hug the ears the whole time. Now, this may look like I'm trying to move my arms, but there's no movement in the arms. The arms are stretched up the whole time. And when we say Sat, we're going to pull in our navel really aggressively. And in fact, if you're pregnant or on your moon cycle, you do not want to do this. You just want to breathe. You just want to chant normally. You don't want to try to pull this area in aggressively. And again, that just has to do with the energies. You could harm the baby if you're pregnant, and if you're on your moon cycle, there's a lot of energy moving around, and we don't want to exasperate that because that could cause issues. So, again, our hands are like this, our arms are up, and we're going to be chanting Sat. When we say Sat, we're going to bring the energy up to the top of our head. When we say Nam, we're going to release it out into our aura. All right. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and do this Sat Kriya. Sat Nam, 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 Sat Nam. Inhale, suspend the breath. Exhale. Inhale once again. And exhale. Hold the breath out now. And we're going to apply Mahaban. What Mahaban is we're going to squeeze our sex organ, our navel, our sphincter muscle, our diaphragm, and we're going to put our chin back slightly in what's called neck lock. And we'll bring the energy out the top of our head. Inhale. And go ahead and exhale again. And if you're not on your moon cycle or pregnant, apply Mahaban. Inhale. Exhale. Hold the breath out. Apply Mahaban. Inhale. Last chance. Exhale. Apply Maban. And inhale. Relax the posture. Let's go ahead. Come lying down onto your back. And let's lay down for a little bit and relax. Inhale, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Exhale. Rotate your hands and feet. Get connected to those outside energies. Now rub the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet together. Get connected to those internal energies. Bring your knees to the chest. Rock side to side. Give your kidneys a little massage. Stretch one leg out. Pull the other leg over. And come into a cat stretch. Put your chin over the opposite shoulder. Now the other side. And then bring your knees back into your chest. Roll up and down, up and down, up and down. And finally, back into a seated position. After Sat Kriya, it is required that you have a little layout to allow your body to adjust because it works on your nervous system. And again, we're working with the energies of our body. And you have to listen to your own body as well. And if you feel like you need longer breaks or anything like that, feel free to pause this video and continue, a little bit later, once you feel your body's adjusted. But especially with Sat Kriya, we're working up all that energy. We're bringing it up to the top of our head and releasing it out into our aura. And so it's recommended that you have a rest layout after Sat Kriya. So, and what that does is it does so many things. Sat Kriya does. It works on your digestion, works on your spine, it helps to open up blockages, so many different things. It's hard to even mention them all. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on our breath. We're in pranayams. And so there are some simple pranayams you can do to relax yourself, energize yourself, and do different things. We're going to do one of those right now. We're going to do one of those to calm ourselves so that we can, to help us to come into a meditative position so that we can work on this Kriya for astral projection. And so what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in 8 equal parts. We're going to inhale in 8 equal parts. And we're going to sniff through our nose. And we're going to exhale through our nose in 8 equal parts as well. So we're going to be like, it's going to go something like this. It's going to look something like, or it's going to sound something like this. And by the 8th inhale, you should have a full, your lungs should be full. And then by the 8th exhale, your lungs should be empty. So that's and a simple way to do this, an easy way to keep your mind focused. It helps to keep your mind focused during these, because remember, we are working with our body, but we're also working with our mind, and we want to stay focused on this third eye. So a good way to do that while you're doing this breath work, and while you're doing, of course, you're not chanting out loud, but you can chant inside just as loud as you can on the outside. And I use the punch shabad, sa, ta, na, ma. So, and you'll notice, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm moving my fingers along with this. So I can go sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma. And that's 8. And then I can exhale and go sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma. So that's just a simple way to keep track of what we're doing. So let's go ahead and we're going to do this breath. And again, this helps to calm and relax us. So let's begin. Inhale, suspend the breath. Exhale. Inhale once again, suspend the breath. Feel what this exercise has done for you. Exhale. Last chance. Inhale, suspend the breath. And exhale. Relax the posture. Well, we just got done doing a pranayama that helps to calm us. And it was a very simple pranayama where we just breathe in 8 strokes for an inhale, 8 strokes for an exhale. And so this is a simple tool that you can add to your arsenal if you need to. So now let's begin this meditation to help us astral project. So what we're going to do now is bring our fingers in like this. So not all the way closed, but just so they're like this. We're going to bring them down here and we're going to stick our thumbs up. And then we're just going to circle our thumbs. Just as simple as that. Now, keep that third eye focused during this. Chant a mantra, Sat Nam, Satanama, whatever calls to you. But while we circle our thumbs. And we could do this, the recommended time on here is says 3 to 5 minutes. But you can do this for up to 31 minutes. So let's go ahead and begin. We're only going to do 3 minutes, by the way. So don't freak out. Let's roll those thumbs in circles. Inhale. And exhale. Relax the posture. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have our left hand on our heart. We're going to have our right hand raised to the side. And our palms are going to be facing forward. And we're going to chant Satanama. And our thumbs are going to be pressing each finger as we do Satanama, as we do in Kirtan Kriya. So, hand is going to be over our heart, and we're going to be chanting Satanama, Satanama, Satanama. Okay? So, let's begin. Satanama, 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 Satanama. Inhale, suspend the breath. Exhale. Inhale once again. Suspend the breath. Feel what we've done. Exhale. Last chance. Inhale, suspend the breath. And exhale. Alright. So the next part, what we're going to do is we're going to hold opposite arms. We're going to close our eyes and look out through the top of our head with long, deep breathing. We're going to inhale, Wa. And we're going to exhale, Guru. So it's going to be something like this. Ah, Guru. Ah, Guru. And as we're doing this, we're going to be feeling the top 1/5 of the head. And on the second repetition, we're going to focus on 3 inches above the head. On the third repetition, we're going to focus on 6 inches above the head. Continuing to raise the focus on each repetition from 1 foot to 3 foot to the ceiling level. Well, if you have a ceiling. To above the roof, seeing the housetops below. See the city, see the contentment, see the whole earth, then the rich blue ether, and be surrounded by white light, and merge with it, and return the same way you left. So, we're going to take a few minutes, and we're going to do that. And it's a little different way of chanting than we normally chant, but this helps us to get out of our body. So we're going to, while we're chanting, we're just gonna focus first at the top of our head, and then we're gonna focus on kind of like we're out here and looking down, and then a little higher, and then a little higher, and then higher, and then, you know, like I said, towards the ceiling, if you have one. And get yourself higher until you're looking down on where you're at, your area, and seeing the whole neighborhood, if you're in a neighborhood. For me, I'm going to be looking down and just seeing all the wilderness around me. And then, eventually, you're going to be looking up on the earth, and then into the solar system, and the galaxy, and beyond. But then you're going to want to come back down. And we're going to come back down the same way. And we're only going to do this exercise for about 3 minutes. And so, just do wherever this meditation takes you. And in fact, what I'm going to do is on every minute, I'm going to set my timer, so that every minute you'll know, okay, so now we're at 1 minute. Alright, so then you're going to keep going. And then you're going to hear the 2-minute bell. At the 2-minute bell, you're definitely going to want to start coming back into your body. And then by the time, the bell rings again for the end of the meditation, we're going to want to be totally back in our body. Alright? And like I said, like anything, like I've said, like I keep saying, do what you can do and let God do the rest. So you may not even really get out of your body. It may be just an imagination. But if you keep doing this daily, and you can even extend these exercises Like the second exercise, it says you can do it for 11 minutes. The first one you can do for up to 31 minutes. And this one, it doesn't even give a time. So, yeah, I think it says like originally they did the last one for only 5 minutes. But you could make that 31 minutes as well, you know. And eventually, with practice, you will get out of your body, and this will help you to astral project, to remote view, to see things, and it's a very different world out of your body if you haven't been out of it yet. But without further ado, let's get into this meditation. So again, what we're going to be doing is grasping our arms. We're going to inhale, la. And we're going to exhale, guru, guru. And with each repetition, we're going to be at a different place. Alright, let's begin. Guru, 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 guru. Inhale. Suspend the breath. Exhale. Inhale once again. Suspend the breath. And exhale. Relax the posture. Well, that was the astral projection meditation. And so this is this is something you can do to help you if you want to astral project and fly around the universe or wherever. Well, so we begin every Kundalini yoga class and every practice by chanting the Adi mantra, and that helps us to bring in protection and guidance. And we tune out, typically in a class setting, with the Long Time Sunshine song. Now, if you're by yourself and you don't want to chant the Long Time Sunshine song, and you just want to chant 3 Satnams, that's fine too. But it helps to have this ending to a session, and Satnam helps to bring you back into your body, into your true self. That's why we chant it. Alright, so let's sing. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Nam. Sat. Nam. Sat. Nam. Oh, thank you, God and Guru, for bringing us together to help us to reach our goals, to astral project if we want to, and to be one with you, to be good, to be happy, healthy, and holy. Waheguru kakasa, Waheguru kifate. Well, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these videos, hit that subscribe button down there. If you want to be notified next time I upload one of these things, hit that bell icon. And by the way, I did write a book. It's all about my spiritual journey. And if you would like a copy, I'll leave that in the description down below as well. Alright, Sat Nam and Waheguru.